Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss credit card fraud Kaggle data set. So let's begin. Now the first piece of line of code from ipython.code.interactive cell import interactive cell interactive cell dot est not or est underscore node underscore interactive equals to all. This line of code is very important as this line of code is help us to display multiple result in a single cell. Now we will load the important libraries. So the important libraries are like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn for the visualization purpose. So we will import NumPy as NP, import Pandas as PD, import Matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, import Seaborn as SNS, %matplot in lib. Now this piece of code that pd.pandas.set option display maximum column comma none. This will help us to display the maximum column. Like if you have a more number of column, then this cell will not display as the more number of column if we don't pass this code. Now we will read the data set. Data equal to pd.read underscore csv app note dataset credit card.csv. Read underscore csv is used to read the csv files. Now we will see the check the data.head in the same way, and we can check top 5 rows here. Now data.shape will give us the dimension of the data set. Okay, so this is showing that 2,84,807 rows are there and 31 columns are there. Now data.info will give us the information about each of the columns, and we can see here this display the number of rows which are having not null values, and this will gives the which type of column it is. Data.dtypes.value counts. This will give us the count of each type of columns. Like if it is a float column, it will give the how many float columns are there. Integer column, it will give us the how many integer columns. If it is categorical, it will give us how many categorical column. Now this line of code data.duplicated key equals to first dot sum, it will give us the duplicated rows, like how many rows has been repeated by mistake or by something like in. Now this piece of code data.duplicated will give us all the duplicated rows, and here we can see that 33rd and 35th row both are the duplicated rows. 113 114 are duplicated rows. Now we will check some of the duplicated rows in by using indexing. So we are visualizing some of the original and duplicated rows, and 33rd and 35th row is the duplicated row. So data 30 36. So here we can see that this 33rd and this 35th both are the duplicated rows because data in each columns are same. So we will try to drop these duplicated rows as these rows are of no use for us. So data.drop duplicates keep equals to first in place equals to true, and we will check again the duplicated rows, and it is showing us that there are no duplicated rows. Now we will check the null values, and data.isNull.sum will give us the count of the null values, how many null values are there or present or not. As we can see that there are no null values. This data.describe will give us the description of the data set, and we can see that it will gives the count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, 25th percentile, 50th percentile, 75th percentile, and maximum for each of the column. Now as our data set is for classification purpose, whether that credit card is fraud or not, he is doing the fraud or not. So 0 represent he is doing fraud and 1 represent he is not doing fraud. So we will check how many zeros are present and how many ones are present. So for that we are writing this piece of code in 15th and 16th line. Length data class equals to 0 and length data class equals to 1. This will give the zeros count and 1 count, and we can see that the count for zeros are 2,83,253 and for 1 it is 473, and we can say by seeing this only we can say that our data is completely imbalanced because there are 99% zeros are present and 1% are only ones are present. And by on the count plot also we can see that, and for this we have written this piece of code sns.count plot data class, and we can see that these are the zeros and these are the 1. So as our data set is completely imbalanced, and if we do the modeling on this data set, our model might get biased and he may predict more zeros instead of ones, or might he predict zeros for everyone. So we will try to balance this data by using any sampling method. There are two types of sampling method, undersampling and oversampling. So here we are going with the undersampling method. For that, first of all, we are splitting our data set into independent and dependent features. So x equals to data dot drop class, x is equals to 1. Here we are dropping the class column because the class column is our dependent column on the different factors, and y is our data dot class, it is the dependent. So x is our all the independent features and y is our dependent features. Now we are using undersampling, so you have to install this piece of library pip install u under imbalanced learn, and we are undersampling. For that we are importing from imb learn import undersampling, from imb learn dot undersampling import near miss. Now we will implementing undersampling to handle the imbalanced data set. So we are passing near miss nm equals to an x1 y1, we are fitting the x and y. So we are getting 946 and 30 and 946 y and 946 x and 30 columns. So here as we can see that there are total zeros and ones are 2,08,000, total 0 is 2,83,253 and total ones are 476. So this undersampling will do what? This 473 ones will be, and it will add 473 zeros, so total will be 946. So as we can see that here after undersampling it is showing us 946 rows and 30 columns. For x and for y there are 946 rows, as the y is only a single column. Now on the count plot we can also see CNS.count plot. Here we see that the zeros and 1 are both are balanced. As we can see that our data set is now balanced, so we can apply any classification algorithm. Here I am applying logistic regression. So for that, before applying any model, we have to first split our data set into train and test. So for that we are importing train test split from sklearn.model selection, and here we are keeping the test size 0.20 and random state is 40. Random state is basically for the randomness among the data set, and we are printing our x train, x test, y train, y test by using this code. Now we are importing our logistic regression model from sklearn.linear model. Okay, and we are in model we are fitting x train and y train, and we are using these by default parameters which are available in the logistic regression. Now we can check the predicted value, that how many models are what predicting. So for this we are writing y predicted model dot predict x test y predicted. So here we can see that our model is predicting these values. For that we can, through the accuracy score or by using only score, we can check how much good our model is predicting. So model dot score x test is predicting around 94.73%. This model dot coefficient, it will give us the coefficient value, and this model dot intercept will give us the intercept value. Now we can check our through the confusion matrix, accuracy score and classification report our model prediction. So for that we are from sklearn.matrix we are importing confusion matrix, accuracy score, classification report, and we are writing this piece of code. For this confusion matrix we are passing y test and y predicted. This y test is the original value in our dataset, and y predicted that our model is predicting, and we are checking that how much it is good at predicting. So if I see the confusion matrix result, it is total number of zeros that it is predicting correctly, it is 92, and total number of ones it is predicting correctly, it is 88. And we can check the accuracy score also, it is 0.9473, like 94.73% of data set it is predicting correctly. And here through the classification report we can see the precision score, recall score, F1 score. So this is all about the day for today's session, and you can go for another classification model like random forest or decision tree classifier. You can go for any other boosting technique. You can go for classification like bagging classifier, XGBoost, gradient boosting classifier. These all you can try, and you can check the accuracy that in which your model is predicting good. So we are wrapping our session today here only, and we will come with another data set on another day, and we will discuss it over there. Thank you everyone. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.